If you were an Ankylosaurus, the armored rhinoceros dinosaur, your clubbed tail could smash rocks and even shatter the spine of a predator. You've just emerged from your egg, looking like a walking boulder, wrapped in dense vegetation and damp soil. Danger lurks everywhere, and you are forced to run with all your might. But the heavy armor on your back is now a burden, like carrying a massive backpack. Each step makes the ground tremble. You long to speed up, but having just been born, your short legs are still weak. At the very least, you realize this: you live in the Cretaceous period, the age when mosasaurs ruled the seas and deadly predators dominated the land. They hunt down every dinosaur they see. You look into the distance, wondering, what is that? A predator? No, not quite. That is its true form, now feasting on a delicious breakfast, and you suddenly realize that breakfast is your sibling. It seems to have noticed you, preparing to charge. Your heartbeat spikes, dust fills the air. With no parents around, you can only rely on yourself. Summoning all your courage, you force your feeble legs to move. Thanks to sheer willpower, you actually manage to stumble forward, though clumsily. But for now, escape is your only mission. The next big problem soon arises. How will you avoid starving? Fortunately, you are an herbivore. Every day, you need nearly 50 kilograms of plants just to survive. And so, you eat and grow at a tremendous pace. Weeks later, you are stronger, able to move more freely, though still slow, like a giant tortoise. Speed is not your strength. Defense is. You're still learning to use your armor. Each time a predator spots you, you freeze in place, as if playing a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek. Luckily, many predators dismiss you, thinking you're not worth the trouble. If you cannot run away, then your only option is to become impenetrable, forcing your enemy's teeth to fail against your armor. The following years of your life revolve around finding food, chewing through low-lying plants, and using your heavy armor as protection. This method may look clumsy, but it keeps you alive, better than most other dinosaurs. At times, you watch the giant herbivores stretching their long necks to pluck leaves from tall trees, and you dream of doing the same. But you're short, and that is your destiny. Yet in time, you realize that being small has its advantages too. As you grow into adulthood, your armor becomes extremely thick, and the spikes on your back evolve into deadly cones. You no longer even need to prove yourself. Predators know at a glance that you are not an easy target. You cannot fly, you cannot intimidate with size, and you cannot reach tall branches, but at least you no longer fear being torn apart. The world around you constantly changes. Forests wither, dry rivers dry up, but amid the chaos, you encounter something astonishing. Another Ankylosaurus, gleaming with beauty. Your heart stirs with excitement. Just then, another male Ankylosaurus notices her as well. You must act quickly, and your weapon is none other than your tail club. Your tail has 3 vital uses: clearing paths, declaring territory, and defending your life. You can smash logs and shrubs blocking your way, swing at intruders to warn them off, and most importantly, break the bones of your attackers. Imagine this. While you're happily munching on ferns, the ground begins to shake. From the forest, a Tyrannosaurus Rex charges straight at you. Drool drips from its jaws, and you are its target. You do not run because you can't. Instead, you turn, raise your massive tail, aim carefully, and unleash all your strength. The bones in its leg crack with a sharp snap. The T-Rex bellows in pain, while you stare at it, unwavering. Time passes, and you form a herd. Together, you eat, rest, and live the life of dinosaurs. You become a living legend, covered in scars, yet still brimming with power. The young ones you once protected have grown, inheriting your strength and your indomitable spirit. Life is easier now, until one day, while walking a familiar trail, you discover something unusual. A fern so perfect, so radiant, that it may be the most enticing meal of your life. You lower your head, mouth watering, ready to take a bite. But suddenly, your horn catches on a hidden vine trap. Your massive body tips forward, momentum pulling you down. You struggle to regain balance, but then remember, agility was never your strength. Still, deep inside, you hold on to hope. Even if you fall, you will always find a way to rise again.